Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to M.E.X in a Box. I'm Xavier.
I'm Mike. What's going on, guys?
And we're here to talk about three topics so far. The first one I think we're going to talk about is the free-to-play / pay-to-win model in games. But before we get right into that, the sales on Steam, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about that quickly. For example, the Midweek Madness sale on the Dead Island series, each game is 75% off. Dead Island, it's okay. I mean, depending on the price
you know what? It's where zombie games need to be, which is arcadey with absolutely no story.
Yeah, the story outline is awful. Yeah. And today's deal, if you're interested, is Call of Juarez Gunslinger. It is 66% off. It is $5.09 US dollars.
You know, if you like that, I've never played it. Have you played it?
No, I haven't played it.
I don't even know what it is.
So.
If you guys like it or have played it, pick it up. Sounds like a great deal.
Yep.
We also like to, before we go any farther,
sincerely apologize for the quality of our audio in our previous videos. We figured out what was wrong, and
you're gonna like this one.
We might sound like morons here, but what instead of using our actual snowball microphone that we thought we were using, we were actually using the built-in microphone for the Mac, which, as you guys can tell, awful.
Well, considering it's built in, it performed well for a built-in microphone, but we weren't actually using a microphone, and we were sitting there, patting ourselves on the back for what awesome quality this microphone was delivering. And then when our good friend Chan, by the way, we like to officially welcome Chan to the channel, uses the same microphone, and his videos just sounded way better. And Xavier here blamed the Mac. Now I know what you PC purists are thinking. Yes, you can blame the Mac, but no.
That was our stupid fault.
We didn't tell the computer not to not use the built-in mic, so that was totally our bad.
We're sincerely sorry for it, and hopefully it will not happen again. If it does, feel free to ding us on it.
We were going to do a public service announcement, an entire video on this, but I got to thinking, who the hell watches this channel enough to really give a flying fuck about our public service? And it wouldn't even be a public service, because our public is 6 people.
Right now, anyway.
So, no, we love you 6 people.
Yes, we adore you, but it's just not enough. Anyway.
And should you want it, we will fillet.
Yeah. Okay. Now on topic.
Ooh.
So the pay-to-win and free-to-play models in video games.
These are probably, this is, depending on the game you introduce it into, it's either the coolest thing in the world
or the worst.
But it's never cool when you're the one who's not paying.
Like, certain games do it well and certain games don't do it well. As in, a good example is Loadout. Loadout has a good free-to-play pay-to-win model. As in, there's no pay-to-win, there's pay-to-customize. So all the weapons, all gameplay-related stuff is all in-game currency, all experience, all that stuff. Whereas, if you want to pay for stuff, you're paying to make your guy look cooler and do more stuff. But it doesn't affect gameplay in the slightest. Whereas certain games, I'm going to say Hawken is a big pay-to-win. Whereas you can either play the game more, get the experience, and level up your mech, or you could just buy a mech, buy the crap for it immediately, and there you go, you are better than everyone else.
I mean, I've seen this same model work in games like EVE Online. I mean, EVE Online, you do have to pay for the subscription, but there's this added benefit of paying to win in-game.
Yeah.
Because like in EVE Online, what you can do is you still have to train up your skill sets to get certain ships or certain objects, but at the end of the day, if I want that big, huge, massive battleship, and I don't want to wait to mine or save up money or anything like that, I can go on EVE, and they have the good people at EVE Online have provided me a way to spend my hard-earned real-world dollars to buy money in their game to, again, buy
that ship.
A giant ship in-game. And it's the same with weapons, solely for the purpose of just not grinding through the game to get these weapons. But you know what? I mean, it does break our rule a bit. I mean, you do have to actually pay to play EVE Online, but
I think a good one, a really good one that balances out quite well, maybe, is World of Tanks, I find, because sure, you use gold to get, say, crew up at 100% faster, personalize your tank more, or just to get silver to buy more stuff. But the actual related to get tanks, to get modules for tanks is all experience, which you cannot buy out. You have to grind for that.
Well, and I find the only thing that the paying for World of Tanks will do is it accelerates the grinding process.
Exactly.
I mean, like,
so
even
it
if
makes
you
it
get
less tedious.
even if you get the premium rounds and the premium tanks, I find that if you know, and it's the same with everything in that game, is if you're not good at the game,
You won't be amazing.
just because you have the
Yeah,
premium
like-
tank.
Yeah,
It'll help, but it won't be a miracle cure.
Yeah, as in you have to literally get better at the game to make it worthwhile. Because, I mean, yeah, just getting the premium rounds and stuff, you may do more damage, but if the other guy knows where to hit you, well, what are you going to do with those premium rounds if you're dead?
Well, and that's the other thing too is, I mean, if you've got all these premium rounds and stuff, and the premium tanks cost more to repair,
Yeah.
and the other thing is, like, World of Tanks dings you with, and this is kind of a nice check and balance, is that if you want to take, say, your low, you get one of the low, the German premium tank, the low, which is pretty popular. I see it around a lot.
Yeah.
You have to actually pay gold to transfer your experience to whatever your current tank you're working on getting through. And that's a nice balance, I think, which, you know, it balances up the grind, because if people just use these tanks, they got these huge sums of XP using the premium, because you do make more experience using a premium tank.
Yeah.
But they provide a nice balance. So you're right. World of Tanks and Wargaming.net does a great job in balancing that paid mechanic with their free gameplay.
Yeah, as in the game itself is free, and you completely do it free, no problem. And it's still really good just playing it free. They're not restricted in any way. I mean, you get less stuff, but, you know, they have to up the people who are paying for the game somehow.
Well, and that's, yeah, I mean, if I was paying for a game and I wasn't getting anything extra out of it, I wouldn't pay for it at all.
Exactly, you just play it free.
Speaking of shelling out your hard-earned dollars, euros, your pounds, fucking sterling.
Yeah.
We're going to talk to you guys. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online.
Yes.
Is out on pre-order. Did you beta test it?
Yeah, I beta tested it.
We both beta tested it. Now, here's what I have to say. And before anyone, oh my god, every time I've said this to a friend, I've gotten shit for it.
Yeah.
It's a good game.
It's amazing. Like,
it's a good MMO.
It's amazing what it does. It's Skyrim, but MMO. Like, it's really good.
It's a little aesthetically scaled down, but you know what? It's a solid game.
It's amazing.
Here's our issue.
But
there's not enough to warrant the $60 price tag, or even more if you buy the collectors and whatever else the hell else they've got, plus a monthly subscription fee at this point in time. And honestly, here's the pattern of MMOs that have come out for the last little bit. Premium price tag for pre-ordering or getting it when it comes out, subscription fee for a few months, and then they just switched over to free-to-play.
Yeah.
If you're not sure about investing in this kind of a game,
wait.
If it doesn't go free-to-play, it will go down in price.
Yeah.
I mean, I can find SWTOR, Star Wars: The Republic, at Future Shop or Best Buy or GameStop. Advertisement, guys, you know, give us some money, for about $39, and that'll get me a 30-day subscription in the game.
Plus a few extra bonuses from probably going to either place.
Plus some extra bonuses for actually buying the hard copy of the game.
Yeah.
And that's a pretty good bargain. So if you just wait, you won't end up spending more money if you wait. And if you do wait, that'll give you, the developer, way more time.
Yeah, exactly. As in, if you're starting in right now, you buy the game, you pay for it, you're like, yeah, let's go. And you grind, you play it a lot.
You'll rip through all the content in no time. It happens.
Then you'll just be bored. There's nothing to do.
Well, and
if you wait a bit, you'll be able to, later on, if it becomes free-to-play, one, you're granted free-to-play. Two, there's a lot more content available to you right off the start of the game, which they'll add on later, so it gives the developer more time to add on to it while you're playing it, so you don't actually run out.
And to be blunt, as I stare at the map of Tamriel on my bathroom door, Tamriel, this world deserves nothing but immersion and detail. And an MMO, I do think Bethesda was right to take this game in an MMO direct. They shouldn't stop making the Elder Scrolls single players, because we need single player experiences.
No. I mean,
there's too many Call of Duty multiplayer. Let's half-ass the campaign and make everybody play with some 12-year-old kid who's obsessed with telling you that he slept with your mom.
Yeah.
And I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that kind of crap. So you know what? As long as we get our Elder Scrolls games,
we're fine.
This is okay for me.
I mean, I wouldn't mind having an Elder Scrolls game having a bit of like co-op, like one player, you invite a friend over, they go in your world,
kind of like they did with Fable.
Yeah.
But, I'm okay with that too, as long as I don't feel at any point in time they're actually taking away from my single player experience.
If the single player is first off and the gimmicks of multiplayer are added to the experience rather than making it around the multiplayer, rather than just having an open world experience.
That's fine. Well, and in the last game, I can remember to actually bother to tack the multiplayer on as an afterthought. Not an afterthought, but the single player experience came first.
Yes.
The last game I can think of was Halo 2.
Yeah, Halo 2 was...
Well, because then they're like, oh my god, look at the cash cow. We could give you map packs, and we could charge you online fees. And all of a sudden, the cash cow that is the multiplayer took off. And from that point on, the single player has just
died down. It just most single player games now
are 4 hours. Like Call of Duty, the newest Call of Duty game, 4 hours to do the campaign.
$60. Here's the thing: we like to judge the game based off how much we're paying for it to how much a movie would cost. A movie is $10 for every 2 hours, roughly. So if I'm paying $60, I do 6 times 2 for the amount of. For hours. I mean, if you're paying $60, you times
2, 4, 6, 8. You need 80 hours
around to get
8 hours.
That'd be around.
We're not great at math. Actually, I think we're failing our math.
So let's see. No, but it's every 2 hours. So if you're paying 60 times, you know what?
It doesn't matter. The point is the game has to provide you of the same entertainment as the cost of equivalent length of watching a movie or TV show.
Yes.
At least that's how I like to benchmark it. I know there's probably better, more fair benchmarks out there, but you know what? If you have a different one, get your own channel.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, if in a movie you're sitting there watching it, whereas the gameplay you're actually interacting with it, so it should require more to it.
So we got a bit. Well, Xavier's right. But we're going to segue into our last topic. We had one. What was the last one we mentioned?
Oh, God.
We should have wrote it down.
Yes, I remember now. It was the way you make a character or how you portray yourself as a character in a video game.
Yes.
So, for example, I'm playing, say, Elder Scrolls Online. Going back to that. I'm going to choose a human because I can relate to that. But then I like choosing, say, a female character, all that kind of neat stuff.
You want to do something that you can't be in real life. Like,
yes.
I'll do the opposite. I'll keep my gender, but I'll choose a non-human character. Exactly. So I know what it's like to be a baseline human, and you know what?
It's all right.
I can take it or leave it.
Yep.
I'd rather be a Saiyan, but
yeah.
I mean, they're ripped, but
yeah. You know what? For what we are, we're fine. Yeah.
And the reason we prompted this idea, and let us know, like, when you make characters for MMOs, do you like to make a character, or any character for any RPG, do you like to make a character that you feel like you can relate to on some level, but still add some unrelatable features that allow you to be something else for a little while? Would you do that? And the reason we're asking this is my friend this morning confessed that he bought Elder Scrolls Online, has no intention of playing it during the pre-order period, solely so he could be an Imperial.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about that pre-order bonus bullshit another time.
Yes, that's for another Let's Play, or M.E.X in a Box.
M.E.X in a Box. Well, we might talk about it in Let's Play.
Whatever.
But we have less than a minute left, and YouTube is a stickler for that 15-minute window.
So you know what, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls,
anything in between,
we are going to end this M.E.X in a Box here. Thank you for watching, thank you for being with us, and hopefully you will like us, subscribe to us, and we'll see you again.
Don't share us with your friends. We're not the kind of friends you introduce to other friends. Anyway, live long and prosper, and if you can't do that, make sure you zip up your fly on the way out.